తెనాలి తెలుగు కాదు, చిత్తూరు తెలుగు. VIT is dominated by Telugus. More than 5,200 students, Telugu speaking, of course, both from Andhra and Telangana, and more than 200 professors. You must know a bit history of Telugus and Andhra Pradesh. Probably you would not have studied this. At the time of the British rule, the entire South India was one state, except Hyderabad, Mysore and Travancore, Cochin. The entire South India was one state, and our western border was Mangalore, and the eastern border was Berhampur, which is now in Orissa. In fact, our former president V.V. Giri belonged to Berhampur, that's why he was called a Madrasi. See, in the north when you go, they can't distinguish between a Tamil, Telugu, Kannada and Malayalam. All of us used to be called Madrasis. Even in parliament I was called a Madrasi. And you must know a bit history. In 1920, there was a first election in India, and a party called Justice Party was formed in the south. The president of the party is from Andhra area, Tyagaraj Chetty, after whom Tyagaraj Nagar and T Nagar in Madras is called after him, named after him. In that election, Justice Party won the election. And the governor, in those days there were only British governors, he called Tyagaraj Chetty and asked him to form government. Tyagaraj Chetty said, I cannot form. He declined. The reason he told was, I have a big import-export business. I have no time to be looking after the chief minister's job, in those days called premier. So he brought his friend from Kadalo, one Subbarayalu Reddy, who was his classmate in London in law college. They studied together. And Subbarayalu Reddy became the chief minister. So the Tamils and Telugus, they have been always close to each other. Of course, the entire South India, the Justice Party consisted of all the 4 areas, and in those days in Madras Assembly, apart from English, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada and Malayalam, Tulu were also spoken. That was the state in the olden days. And I always remember my role in Jai Andhra. I don't know how many of you are aware of this. Andhra was one state. In fact, in India, Andhra Pradesh was the first state to be formed after linguistic basis. How many of you know this? Please raise your hand. How many of you know this? The reason was the fasting of Potti Sriramulu. That was in 1953. He died, and Nehru was forced to give Andhra Pradesh, and Andhra Pradesh was the first state in India to be formed on linguistic basis. I hope it should have remained as a state, but somehow it was divided into Andhra and Telangana. In 1973, there was an agitation in Andhra area against the Mulki rules. You must go through the history. I am not going to explain what is Mulki rules, etc. You go and read. Against the Mulki rules, there was an agitation in Andhra asking for a separate Andhra. It was sponsored by the NGOs Association. At that time, I was a member of parliament. I was the deputy leader of the DMK parliamentary party. They invited me. I also joined. I started from Chittoor, Tirupati, Ongol, Nellore, Neduburudu, Tenali, Guntur, Vijayawada, up to Yelur I went. I was addressing meetings in support of separate Jai Andhra. I don't know whether I was right in doing this, because I feel Andhra should have remained as one state. Of course, now it is not possible, but you should always live together. It is possible. And I have we have opened university in Amaravati, the capital of Andhra Pradesh, and we have very good cooperation from the government and Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu garu. In fact, because of Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, we went to Andhra Pradesh. He invited me when he was sitting in Hyderabad office. He invited me and said that I want VIT in Amaravati, and he offered land. Then we started in 2017. Now we have 27,000 students, 17,000 students in Andhra campus. In fact, day before yesterday I was there. It is doing well. No, just I wanted to tell you that there should be a healthy competition between Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, because you cannot avoid it, but it should be a healthy competition. Not among you students, among the government and those who produce. Because I find, I am a student of economics. Always when I go to something, I will find out how they are producing, how they are getting divided, etc. As far as the population is concerned, Andhra is bigger, 5.3 crores, and Telangana is 3.8 crores. As far as the GDP, total GDP is also, Andhra is leading. It is $209 billion, whereas Telangana is $190 billion. But when it's come to per capita income, Telangana is leading the entire South. Their per capita income is $4,500, whereas all other states are lesser than that. Next comes Karnataka, third is Tamil Nadu, fourth is Andhra Pradesh, fifth is Kerala. So there is a difference. In GDP, Andhra is leading, but in per capita income, Telangana is leading. So it shows that you will have to cooperate. And I always feel that education makes all the difference. You are going to be the future leaders, wherever you are, whether you are in business, whether you are in politics, whether you are in government service. And of course, family comes first, but then take care of the society and the country. Today we are celebrating the Telugu New Year. In the whole 10 days, we are going to celebrate all New Years. Telugu New Year, Marathi New Year, Gujarati New Year, Assamese New Year, etc. And the whole of India is here, the whole of the world is here. And I am happy that the performers, I thank the performers, all our stars, doing very well. And I congratulate all of you, and you should do well in academics. And also, you should, if you go, unless you go for higher education, we want to get all of you good placement. That's always I consider my duty, that all of them should be placed, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.